We have some exciting news, some kind of fun news to start off with a little intro segment today. So, scoop, dozens of Dem candidates won't commit to backing Hakeem Jeffries for party leadership. So, assumedly, that would be Speaker of the House, assuming the Democrats win the House. But notice it says dozens of Dem candidates. So where are we going with this? Well, dozens of Democrats running for U.S. House seats across the country told Axios they either wouldn't vote for House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries as party leader or decline to commit to doing so. Jeffries has enjoyed the unanimous support of his caucus since becoming Democratic leader in 2022. That may no longer be the case next Congress amid growing grassroots frustration towards his leadership, particularly on the left. By the numbers, Axios reached out to virtually every Democrat running for a House seat that could conceivably be won by a Democrat in 2026, with 113 responding in phone interviews or written answers. Of those, 20 said they wouldn't vote for Jeffries as Speaker or Minority Leader, with 5 more saying they were likely to vote against him. Another 57 candidates declined to commit, saying it was premature to do so, citing ideological differences or outlining perceived flaws in strategy, messaging, or leadership they want to see addressed. Only 24 said they would definitely vote for Jeffries, with another 7 saying they would likely do so. So they reached out to virtually every candidate who could plausibly be a Democratic congressman come 2026. And if you notice, there's a familiar name there. Third from the right, fourth row down. Jose Vega, New York's 15th district. Our boy got the email from Axios, and he is, of course, a firm no on Hakeem Jeffries, one of 20. And Axios actually published a full statement that he gave them. So Jose says, I would not support Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. He is representative of all the things bad about the current Democratic Party leadership. He supports the war in Ukraine and has voted to give large amounts of money and weapons to continue the war. He has supported the genocide conducted by Israel against the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. He has shown himself to be completely spineless in front of President Trump and does not support the interests of the United States, let alone his own constituency. I would rather support someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's good. Her ability to break with her own party, to talk about measures such as Medicare for all, showing empathy for the people in Gaza, and most importantly, being able to criticize President Trump for his own failures, shows that she has all the right characteristics of leadership. So not only did he say no, he wouldn't vote for Jeffries, he said, I'd rather vote for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Dear God, give us a Torres Vega debate. Dear God.
Exactly. That's awesome that statement gets printed in Axios. And look, so good on Jose. You know, Jose messaged me the day he announced that he was running in the Democratic primary, which would have been the day he was on our show. He texted me saying he got an email from Axios. And this is the benefit of just throwing your hat in the ring in the Democratic primary, especially if you're committed to run as an independent either way, win or lose. And just to clarify, he'll be on the independent ballot line even if he wins the Democratic primary. Right. He will still be on that independent ballot line. The only chore is you have to have the resources and the infrastructure to organize 2 signature drives, because you have to organize signatures for the Democratic primary, and then in order to stay on as an independent, even if you win the Democratic primary, you could run as both. You have to organize a separate signature drive, which they're very capable of doing. They had a really gangbusters signature drive campaign for the first campaign he ran back in 2024. And this is why it just makes total sense to do it. And, you know, he got surprisingly little pushback when he announced it on this show that he was throwing his hat in the ring for the Democratic primary, because when you throw your hat in the ring in the primary, you get press like this. Like, this is tens of thousands of dollars worth of free press that you would not have gotten had you not done that.
Yeah, and potentially he's going to get millions of dollars in free press.
Yeah, of course. This is only the beginning.
Now they take you seriously as a candidate, and at the end of the day, Jose is a very attractive candidate. He is from the Bronx. He's not a carpetbagger. They can't throw, limousine liberal, champagne socialist shit at him. He didn't move to the Bronx from Brown.
Right.
He's from there, and he reads like he's from there. And at one time, I mean, keeping it real, man, at one time, the LaRouche thing would have been absolute deal breaker. When the system has failed as deeply as it has all across the country, it's really, we'll see that when we get into the Mamdani segment. It's particularly failed in New York in regards to income inequality and poverty. People don't realize that because you have so much wealth here, it covers over the poverty. That's why nobody knows that the district he's running in is the poorest district in the United States. You would think
Right.
that's some district in Mississippi or Alabama, right? You would never think New York would have, even if it's a poor district, would be the poorest in the country. Everything they're throwing at Mamdani is not sticking because, you know, you said it the other day. You can't bullshit people about the money in their pocket. You can't bullshit them about inflation. You can't bullshit them about how they're doing financially. They feel it. They feel it. It's the reality. This system has failed the people so badly, they're more willing to listen to alternative points of view. They're much less. In the past, it was always just, it was very easy to just sheepdog people into what was familiar. What is familiar has destroyed their lives, which means that everyone who is not establishment, it's one of those rare moments where you have a tremendous opportunity to make your case to people.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus, you know, Lyndon LaRouche was anti-Semitic before it was cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I mean, that'll get a lot of Republican votes.
yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
you know, I don't see it as too big a
I mean,
liability.
the young Republicans are homeless now. They shut down a lot of their chapters.
Yeah, that's right.
They might go over there.
But yeah, I mean, to get a quote in Axios right away, to get emailed the day of, that just shows why it, like, strategically, I think, makes all the sense in the world. It doesn't make sense not to run in the primary. The only world in which it makes sense not to run in the primary is if you're so strapped for resources and money that you can't organize two different ballot drives, because that's a lot. It takes a lot to organize a ballot drive, and because of the LaRouche organization, they had that together even last year.
That's part of why I mention it, because the reason Jose has this kind of organizational capacity is because he has that organization.
Right. And they were able to blow that signature goal out of the water 3 times over last year. So they'll be able to organize 2 different signature drives this year. And look, even if, so the way I see it is the primary is like the sandwich board for the general election campaign, because even if you lose, you're on the ballot anyway as an independent. So now you get the benefit of all of this free advertising, all of the free press that comes with the curiosity that outlets like Axios have about Democratic primary challengers. Axios doesn't care about a LaRouche independent line who's not throwing their hat in the ring in the primary. So yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. Good for him. It was a good answer. And look, whatever the fruits of that are, isn't it just intrinsically good to have Axios print that a Democrat primary challenger is against the Ukraine war? I mean, support for the Ukraine war is like Democratic Party orthodoxy. Isn't it just a good thing, period, whatever the electoral fruits of it are, that you have a Democrat coming out squarely against the Ukraine war in a mainstream inside the Beltway outlet like Axios? Like, that's good. No matter what happens as a result of it, you'd rather have that than not. And so good for Jose. That happened right away, literally same day. Like right after we got off the air, I saw a text from him saying Axios had already emailed him. That was on day 1. And so there's hopefully more where that comes from. So big up to Jose Vega.
Please clap.